Hello, welcome to my craft room. My name's Tina. In this Flosstube, I would like to chat to you about the cross stitching I've been doing over the past month. I have had an exciting new start that I'm very excited about, and it's taken up quite a lot of stitching time. So this is the tiny Modernist new sale, and so it comes out in monthly parts. It started off in February, and I had quite a lot to do because of it's called the Taro for stitches, and because I had that main part to do first and some border, I had quite more to do than normal because you would have the cards coming out now. The border is on the website free, so you could download that first of all if you wanted to, but I was late. Well, I wasn't late to the party because I started on the first. Well, I started on the second because I was working. And when you start a new project, you don't want to do it when you're tired after work, do you? So I was waiting for my fabric as well. That was another reason. I was waiting for my fabric to come because I ordered that late. So I just chose a light blue 28 count Evenweave. And so I've added more colours. I can understand why there was limited colours. The palette is quite small for the actual stitch along, but that's better really because it means you haven't got to get loads of colours to start the project. The fabric is really big. It's the size of a long dog. So I should have known when I ordered it, but yeah, when I got it out I thought, oh god, it's the size of my long dog. So yes, it's going to take a lot of stitching. It's in 11 parts, so we'll be finished by the end of the year. So I shall put a picture up of the cards, how they should be, because as I say, I've stitched this one in the right colours, and then I pulled out all the main colours. I swapped up some, like the greens. Where I didn't have what was asked for, I wanted to use from stash because I've got all these, so I wanted to use from stash, so I pulled from there, but I've also added extra as well, so I'll talk you through the changes that I've made. So the first one, let's try and fold it up so I'm organised. So the first one is the Fool. So that is how it is on my card. On the official version, it's called the Seeker. So I can understand why it's called the Seeker, but generally I've always known it to be the Fool. And the Fool, my actual, the meaning of the card is, I emerge from the building behind me, ready to see the world. I go alone and I am in awe of what I already see. And it's about new beginnings, freedom, leap of faith, being in awe of one's surroundings, starting a new project. Which is a good one for a stitcher, start a new project. So this is my interpretation. Oh, yes, that one. So that is my Fool. So I have changed, what have I changed? I changed her needle to a gold, and because it was in the brown. I've also changed the colour of her thread, was in the brown, so I changed it to a purple. Is that all I've changed? I think that's all I've changed on that one. So that is the Fool. They're so much fun. And I made more changes to the next one, so I'm really just enjoying being creative with the colours and making it my own. And then we have, so this one, the second one is the Magician, and this one really is the opposite of the Fool. It is somebody who knows what they're doing. They have put in the work, they've learned from either experience or learning what they're doing. And the meaning is external knowledge, learning to control desires, manifesting desires, creative power. So that is the Magician, and this is how it's been interpreted. So this has got a sewing machine. So changes I have made on this one compared to how it is charted. I have changed the colour of the ball of yarn to the purple, wanted to keep that. I changed the knitting needles to silver, and I have changed the needle on the sewing machine to a gold. I didn't do the stripes on the table because it felt like it was too much. I like more simplistic, cleaner lines, and I felt that was too much. So I just changed that to very light cream, sort of a yellowy cream colour, to just neutral that out a bit. And I've gone for the turquoise, but I've used other ones to what's recommended. And yeah, the sewing thread as well, I used red rather than the brown once again. So that is that one. So yeah, a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying it. So I'm looking forward to the next ones that come out. And so I say, it's going to be tomorrow. So what I want to do tonight is start working on this again. I'm going to carry on with this border. It's a nice decorative border around the edge. I did make a mistake, and I don't know how I made it, but when it was supposed to line up here, it didn't. This was up here, so I lowered it. So when I did the sewing machine, that lined up with the first card. So I've obviously gone too high. I think it was about 2 rows out. So this space is a bit longer than it should be. But we won't worry about that. That's okay. So yes, hopefully it will all work out. But I'm really looking forward to doing the others. And I'm enjoying swapping out the colours to what suits me. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun through the year. Just the beginning of every month, having something new to do. I didn't think I would want to do a blind. I've never wanted to do anything that's blind for knitting or in cross stitch, because I think, oh, am I going to like it? But because it was the Taro, I thought I've got to do it. So yeah, really enjoying that. So speaking of fabric as big as a long dog, I have worked on my long dog, Templar of Prophecy. So I am trying to finish this one. So I finished page 12 out of 15. So yeah, still loving working on this one. It's made me want to have another one as soon as I've finished. Well, it's going to be sooner than I've finished because I want to start it on my birthday in April. So I should talk about that at the end because I've already started doing some prep for that one. So yeah, I just love it. Once again, I didn't think that I'd enjoy doing just one colour thread. It's DMC 115. I didn't think it would hold my interest, but it really has. And it is so nice to stitch on. So really my plan, I don't have an actual rotation, but my plan is that because the Taro one comes out at the beginning of the month, I will start at the beginning of the month, do those 2 cards, and then do a page of my long dog. So yeah, loving it. That is that one. Then speaking of my next long dog, and I thought what I was going to do is this design, let's rewind a bit. This design is from Crotch Stitcher magazine. And I saw a lot of people doing it last Easter, but it was just after Easter, it was a bit too late. I, what do you call it? Screenshot the page because I had the Readly app with the magazine. So I have a lot of charts that I've just done screenshots of those. So I've got screenshots of this. So I thought, I fancy doing something a little bit Eastery. Easter's early this year, end of March. So I thought this would be really good because what I've seen I'm going round in circles. Getting back to the long dog, what I've seen is Stitching Mummy with a G, not the Stitching Mummy that's on YouTube. Stitching Mummy on Instagram has been stitching on the one I want to do, and I can't remember the name. It's something the 5th. I will put the long dog here so you can see which one I'm interested in. And Stitching Mummy has been, she has used a variegated, she's used a silk, and for the back, not the background, more, I think of it as have it like architecture, and it's like windows looking at the animals and things through the window. So the architecture is in a variegated, and then the animals are in a solid. So I really liked how that looked, and it really made me think of like being on holiday in, say, Morocco or somewhere Eastern exotic like that. So I thought I'd really like to do that look. So I want a variegated. Didn't want to use silk, not in the budget, not that big. So I thought, I wonder what they do, because I was quite happy using the DMC for the other long dog. I thought, I wonder what DMC do in the variegated that I could choose. And so I found this one, which is, I can tell you what the colour is. It's Colorist, and it's 4517. And as you can see, I've got a table here, I'll rest my arm on it. As you can see, it's got like a red, an orange and a green in it. And so I thought I'd use the fabric, because I've got a big piece of cream fabric that I was thinking about using for this long dog. So I thought I can do a little tester while doing this. So I cut a piece of that fabric off to do this, and I really didn't like the coverage. So I ended up doing 4/2. I thought it was 28 count. Now I've actually counted it. I think it's a 25 count, so I'm not going to use this fabric. I'm going to order some over the fabric. I could have got away with 3/2, but that was going to be more tricky to use, isn't it, for the rabbit? For the actual, just the stitching, I just used 2/2, but for the rabbit, it was just, it didn't have the denseness that I wanted it to have. And then I used the green for the back stitching as well. So yeah, really love this design. It's in the set of 4. There's another one I want to do with 2 bunnies on it, so I will be doing that. But I need to, it's nice to know that because when I first, I'm glad I did a whole design, because when I first started doing it, I thought, I don't know if this is what I wanted. But then by the time I'd got at least halfway through, I thought, yes, I really do like how that looks together. So I should be doing my animals in the dark green, and then the architecture in the variegated. So I'm very excited. So I need to order fabric and all the threads. So I'm all ready for April. So yes, this is how it looks. I didn't even put it on a bobbin or anything. So the colour, I don't think you're going to see it, but this is the Colorist label. Ooh. That's how the Colorist label comes. You get the same amount. As you would the normal DMC, and it is 4517. So perhaps you can see the colours better there, so they're not so spread out. So you see this green, red and orange. So I am excited to be getting on with that, but I would like to do another little bunny rabbit for Easter, and then I can have 2 on my fireplace. I thought they look cute, and yeah. So that was a nice little interlude. And then the only other one that I have been stitching on is my Bothy Threads Poppy Field. And so I've been stitching him since last October, November. I don't know, I haven't got my book. But yeah, I've changed up the fabric. So this is not the kit fabric, this is a fabric flare, and it is cloud blue, 28 count even weave. And so I am coming across, because I did the poppies before, so now I've come down to the bottom and I'm coming across here, so I'm including his fur and the poppies as I go. So yeah, really enjoying that. You can see there how the back stitching really makes those poppies pop. So there he is there. Yeah, really enjoying that. So I haven't worked on a lot of projects, but I've put a lot of stitches in the projects that I have worked on, and that's what I like doing. I like sort of focusing that, just getting a big chunk rather than having a few little bits. I like to just have it there, and then I can just start stitching straight away. I'm not to keep on changing hoops and finding all that I need. And so that really works for me, how I like to work. So yes, so I'm excited to carry on with the next instalment. Come into my email tomorrow. I'll be so desperate to get home from work so I can print it off and start doing it. So thank you so much for watching. I'm thinking about vlogging because I'm going to have those new ones, and thinking perhaps I'll change the style up, because I don't seem to be making videos of this sort of sit down and show them all in one go. So I thought maybe a more natural, just showing as I go, that might be better for me, and it might be a bit more interesting for you, and you can see me kitting the things up and showing more behind the scenes and what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, and yeah, the mistakes and all that good stuff. So yes, I shall try and do that and be a bit more present in March. So thank you so much for watching. Take care, and hopefully I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.